A very freilich Shabbos, I remember. It's mamish. It reminded me of the stories he used to tell of the early years by the Rebbe Svarim. Yeah, you hear the tapes, Purim Tashin Tezayin, Purim Tashin Chai. It was Shabbos after Purim, Tashin Memhei. And to begin, I would say the end of Purim that year was Thursday night was Farbrengen. At the end of the Farbrengen, the Rebbe said that whoever wants to say L'chaim or Mashka, I wouldn't take Zrizos. And I'd like to be Matzia, the Rebbe says that one person should say Ad L'yada to be Yaitze everybody else. Everybody's trying to grab L'chaim from wherever they can. And I was waiting to see, who's going to say L'chaim to be Yaitze everybody. And it didn't happen. So I'm wondering if the Rebbe continued from that. Something was missing. It was a surprise Farbrengen, 2 days after Purim. Tezayin Adar. The Rebbe starts talking about the Gemara. There's a question with the Gemara. Why can't we read the Megillah on the 16th or the 17th of Adar? And the answer is because the pasuk says Lo Yaver, you can't go past the 15th. So you lay in the Megillah only till the 14th, and you Yerushalayim the 15th, and that's it. You can't lay in anymore. But nevertheless, the Rebbe says, since a question the Gemara, Kasha in the Gemara is also a Torah, is also. Therefore, it seems like the 16th and 17th have a stronger connection to Purim than the rest of Adar, even though the whole month it says, the whole month was changed to Simcha. But nevertheless, these days have a stronger connection to Purim. And then, after the Sikha, there was talking to some people say, L'chaim, they would turn around to his name Steinmetz. He used to write poems in the Chabad magazine at one time. And they were told to say L'chaim in a big cup. I was looking at him from the corner of his eye, making sure that he finishes the cup. And as they finished, the Rebbe started applauding him, so to speak. He finished his cup. The next Sikha, the Rebbe says that there are people who their job is to write the Sefer Torah. A Sefer, it says you have to be very, very careful. If Chas Hashem, you write a Reish instead of a Dalet, or a Dalet instead of a Reish, you can Macher Veilamis. Therefore, it says the Rebbe comes a Sefer, and even on Purim, you have to be very careful. You can't say L'chaim, so you shouldn't Chas Hashem be Macher Veilamis. Comes the Shabbos after Purim, Shabbos you can't write anyway. So now he can say L'chaim. And I'm hoping that the Sefer who I'm talking about will not cause me dafka to say Shmoi v'Shem Imai, especially as Negeh Imai lately. So that time Zirkin was saying Kaddish for his mother. As soon as the Rebbe finished the Sikha, the Rebbe looks up at the bleachers. So Rabbi Zirkin takes a small little cup, and the Rebbe goes, who are you making fun of, the little cup? So immediately somebody gave him a big cup, say L'chaim, the Rebbe goes like this, say a second time. And then the next Sikha, the Rebbe started talking, the same question there is about a Sefer is also about a Rav. You have a Rav, he's sitting a whole Purim, his community is going into him, and they see he's so nichter, he's so sober a whole Purim, that even his accent in English is exactly perfect. He's a very important Rav. He gets questions from all over the world, not just in New York. So therefore, how could you, he can't dare risk it to say L'chaim. If this is the way the Rav acts, imagine how the people in his community acted. But now he's not among his community. The Rebbe was referring to Rav Ram Hecht. Now he's not among his community. And he's whatever. So then he should make sure to say L'chaim Ad L'yada, and if there'll be enough room, if it's possible, he can even go and dance. And I hope also he won't force me to say his name, but will immediately say L'chaim. And by the way, there are mentions of the Sfardim. They were starting in the middle of the Sikha, they were talking a whole thing about the Sfardim, and the Sfardim were disturbing them for me Yehudi to be fixed. And anyway, so So immediately he got up right after the Sikha and he said, L'chaim, 2 big cups. Then another Sikha, the Rebbe says, another Sikha, the Rebbe says that if the question, if a Rov of the Sfardim has to say L'chaim, what about all the Sfardim? Why dafka the Rov of the Sfardim? All the Sfardim say L'chaim. And also the Zeicha B'Goyrel should say L'chaim. So the Rebbe said L'chaim. So all the Sfardim started saying L'chaim. Yeah. All the Sfardim started saying L'chaim. Again, Freilich. Later, after it was Maimer, and after it was the Kashas and Rashi. After the Kashas and the Rashi Sikha, so the Rebbe says, many times the Rebbe asks in a Rashi Sikha, the Rebbe asks a Klotz Kasha. So the Rebbe says from one Klotz Kasha to another Klotz Kasha. If we're talking about the Sfardim, what about the old Ashkenazim? It says in the Megillah, Yeshnei Am Echad. There has to be one nation. Everybody has to be together. Therefore, everyone should say L'chaim. What should the Rebbe saying? Everyone should say L'chaim Ad L'Yada. And here the Rebbe got really, really freilach, and the Rebbe was making the niggin freilach, and the Rebbe was like, and the Eilam started to say L'chaim. And there wasn't enough wine. The guys went upstairs to bring more wine. I remember Moshe Berlipsker. He went upstairs. They brought wine. Later, there was enough wine for everybody. They emptied out Meir Halik's locker upstairs, and they brought out wine for everybody. I remember Brother Lipsker climbing through the crowd, carrying 2 cases of wine. And the Rebbe looked at him with such a pleased expression. There's just a look in the Rebbe's eyes. Such a pleased expression. It was interesting. Now, I don't remember a lot of details. I don't remember, but I just remember it seemed to me like the Rebbe was reacting to the crowd, like the stories I used to hear about the Yidds. I'll give you one example. Osher Sasonkin, he took a lot of mashkim mistama. He was like quite frail. He bangs on the table. The Rebbe talked about Zocher B'Geirel. Ich bin Zocher B'Geirel from Rusland. And he starts talking about his memories when they interrogated him in prison. It was sounding interesting, but then he switched to Russian in the middle, so I didn't understand. But what he started to say in Yiddish, it was good. The Rebbe was quiet, let him talk. He spoke for a few minutes, I don't know how long. It was quiet. And then the Rebbe continued the next Sikha. And in the middle of the Sikha, Osher Sasonkin started making a shtickle tumul over there where he was. I don't know exactly what he was doing. The Rebbe stops in the middle of the Sikha, looks at him. Ich hab euch nicht gestört in Eier Drasche, stört mir nicht in mein Drasche. And he's like, you wouldn't expect to hear it in, my days. The Rebbe used to speak like that in the old years, but it's like, it was so freilich that it was like, in the middle, the old Sperlin. Remember that? I don't know if you remember the hat he used to wear. It was like a cross between a Bieber hit and a Samata hit. So it was like, the Satmars wear a wide, flat hat. They also wear a Bieber hit, a high one. This was wide and high. So it didn't look like a regular Bieber hit. It was wider. And it didn't look like a Satmar one because it was very high. No, that's what he used to wear. It was what it felt, that material. And he started dancing there with Osher Sasonkin. Osher Sasonkin used to wear a flat cap. Not the Russian one like Mendel Putovas. The other kind of flat cap. A lot of people wear this flat cap. Not like a policeman. Can't hear you. You're mute. Anyway, so he used to wear...
Not a casquette?
Casquette, whatever, yeah. I mean, in English, you call it a flat cap, in England at least. A cap which comes to a peak.
Okay.
Not like Remember Futafas. It was different. A lot of people wear it, especially in the summer, So the Rosh Hashanah would wear that. So they switched hats. And they were dancing next to the Rebbe's chair. It's the only place with his room. The Rebbe turns to Razil Chazanov. He should join them. He should also dance with. It was like, a yachas to at least to the older people, which they used to do years before, and they started feeling comfortable. I guess that's why Asher Sankim took the great guy to start talking. There was mamish so freilach, mamish freilach.